So this week, we'll be talking about go-to-market strategy. So defining value proposition and creating your business model canvas as you guys have been working on with your team dev coordinators. And at the time of this recording, you guys have already done your pitch, your first pitch, battle tested it amongst us and some of the advisory board members have seen it as well. So this will be very helpful in your upcoming months. So let's get right into it. Agenda for today is going to be three things. It's going to be talking about the value proposition. How can you communicate the discrete benefits customers will derive from your products and services? Second, the business model canvas. So how will you extract value for your company from this value proposition? What framework will you use to capture and describe this? 3, AI company example of a business model canvas. I'll be throwing in some examples of a value prop canvas and a business model canvas to get you an understanding of what it could look like for your business and what it actually is in general. So what have we learned so far in inQUbate? 1, you've identified an idea and a key customer you'll target. You have an understanding of the macro environment of AI and are continually validating the idea in the market through market research and various pitch competitions as you guys have gone through and killed. So 3rd, got an understanding of how to ideate and develop proper product and product management principles for business success. And now you need to consider how to extract value and what you're actually providing to the customer, the value proposition and the business model. So for this class, I prepared some learnings I've gotten from my Com 305 class, which is our intro to entrepreneurship, and some online resources through strategizer.com, which I will link to for you guys as well. So what is your value proposition? The value proposition is a description of the benefits customers can expect from your products and services. Customers will only buy your product if it aligns with their highest priorities and needs. So how do we design a good value proposition? You've got an idea. How do you communicate this to your target customers? So based on the information and the ideation process you've completed before, you'll now design a value proposition canvas for your business idea. This is pretty much a visual of what exactly it provides. This value proposition canvas has 2 sides. On the left, the value map, and on the right, the customer profile. When these 2 are connected and have equal weighting and equal fit, you achieve this business fit when the 2 align, and it becomes a good value proposition. For development, please use the website linked to this. It's the go-to resource for Smith School of Business and for most people starting upon their value proposition canvas. So what does it look like? It looks like this template right here. As you can see, it breaks down into the left side of the value and the second value proposition and the second side of customer segment, which eat with descriptors in each and being able to match it all. So customer profile. A customer profile is within the applicable verticals you've already been through. It's a detailed description of your customer segment, broken down into customer jobs, pains, and gains. You can feed the information from the customer profile from your market research and ideation sessions and what already you've done so far. The segments of this customer profile are retrieved through these verticals. So the gains. So you describe the outcomes customers are seeking. They want to achieve the concrete benefits they are seeking. Pains. You describe the bad outcomes, risks, and obstacles related to customer jobs. And 3, customer job is actually what customers are trying to get done in their work and in their lives and expressed through their own words. Here, I've laid out some trigger questions for you to identify your customer gains and develop upon your value prop. So which savings would make your customer happy? Is it money, time, effort that they're trying to lower? What quality levels do they expect out of your product? What current value props delight your customers? What's existing? What are the specific features that drive this? Going through these trigger questions and each customer gains, pains, and job to be done will really help you build out and flesh out this value prop. Second, we have customer jobs. Customer jobs is just the actual thing you're trying to get done through your customer and what they actually want to do in their actual life. So what's the one thing your customer can't live without accomplishing? What are stepping stones that could help your customer achieve this key job? So one of the examples from your guys' competition that I heard is the company that tracks athletes' movements and then predicts and creates insights for teams and sports companies based on this. What's the one thing your customer can't live can't live without accomplishing in this sense would be having healthy and productive athletes and shaping this value prop around this idea. What are the different contexts that your customers might be in? How do their activities and goals change depending on these different contexts? For a big corporation, an AI application may have automation in one part and then predictive abilities in another. If you're working within a grocery automation, it would have a different context on a day-to-day basis and then a high-level strategic view as well. Understanding this is good to understand customer jobs. Customer pains. So for these questions, it's determining what your customers define as too costly. Is it time? Is it money? Or is it effort that they have to take in accomplishing these jobs and their wanted needs? What makes your customers feel bad? Whether frustrations, annoyances are things that give them a headache in their business processes. If you're a B2B service, you're going to really have to understand what makes them feel bad and design it specifically around this. And I encourage you guys, go through as many questions as you can, but don't feel bad if you can't answer all these trigger questions. I've just put them out from my learnings in COM 305 to really help you guys flesh this out. So what is a value map? What's this left side of this canvas? So the value map breaks down your value proposition into product and services, pain relievers, and gain creators. It actually focuses on the functional benefit your offering will bring to the customer. And it really describes how you need to have multiple benefits that it have. It cannot have one singular benefit from one single service. It has to have a fleshed out value map to actually have a fleshed out value proposition. So what are the segments of the value map? Segments of the value map are pretty much broken down into three things. One, the products and services. This is a list of all the products and services your value proposition is built around. Two, gain creators. Describe how your products and services create customer gains. And three, pain relievers. Describe how your products and services solve customer pains that you've identified in this customer profile. An example from on my end, when I was working at the health tech startup I was working on this summer, their products and services were threefold. They had a customer app that you could download through your Fitbit or Apple, and it would be able to predict your health and predict your ongoing sickness. They also had a B2B service. They had an employee wellness service, an employee wellness dashboard that they sold B2B, and a coronavirus return to work application that a communication database and a screening for all employees wanting to return back to work. They had three of these products and services, and they each had their own gain creators and pain relievers for the identified customers. So when you're figuring out this value map, you also have to consider some trigger considerations. So in terms of the gain creators, what could your products and services create savings that please your customers in terms of time, money, and effort? What could produce outcomes your customers expect or exceed their expectations? Is it by offering a high quality level of prediction, a high quality level of automation, and the savings that it brings? How can it outperform current value propositions and delight your consumers? If your consumers have to spend a lot of money working on a tedious process or a tedious strategic application that they don't have the capabilities to build out, how can you outperform what they already have right now? It's an important consideration and definitely something you guys should go through. Now, in terms of pain relievers, it's the same thing. It's identifying, using these trigger considerations to really flesh out that value map. What could your product and services produce savings? Is it in money? Is it in time? Or is it effort spent that could be applied elsewhere to drive business success? What could make your customers feel better? What could kill their frustrations, annoyances, and other hindrances that give your consumers a headache? Could it eliminate risks? Could it help your customers sleep better at night? Could it even eliminate or eradicate common mistakes customers make? If you address your solution in this way, and you address your value proposition this way, you'll have much better chance of achieving product market fit. In terms of achieving fit, you know you've achieved fit in the business sense when your value map meets exactly what your customer profile. When products and services produce pain relievers and gain creators that match one or more of the job pain and gains that are important to your customer. When you're creating this canvas, go through each pain reliever and gain creator and make sure to match it to anything that you have, that you understand about the customer. If it doesn't match, you know that no customer value is being created and there's not a sustainable business surrounding it. And an important thing to consider in this is that there's 3 levels of fit. There's a problem solution fit. It's on paper. It's a hypothesis. It hasn't been tested and it hasn't been battle tested in the actual market or in terms of extracting value. Second is product market fit. Does the market have a need for this? You can identify this through primary research, through secondary research, through actually selling, and using your product in a practical sense. And then 3 is the business model fit. Are you making money? Are you staying profitable? Are you growing in the long term? And do you have a value proposition that will not be burnt out if a competitor comes up with a different offering? And of course, each 3 levels of fit is in descending order is much harder to get. Now that you've understood fit and understood the different processes of the value proposition canvas, it's important to quantify the exact value you believe you're going to be able to extract. So the value you can bring depends on the priorities of your target customers. Is it shaped around money? Is it the money your customers could save or gain by using your product services? Or is it the time customers can save? Or is it even the reliability? If that is the number one thing, they want an AI model that will help them automate business processes away. They want to look at percent of failure. They want to look at error or frequency of repair just to save themselves this time and quantify this actual value. With your populated canvas, you can now determine your customer's number one priority and put a value to it. And there's a simple process guide to do this. The first thing is you want to set up a simple comparison between the 2 states. The difference between them is a quantified value proposition. You have your state on the left for your value map and your state on your right for the customer segment. When these 2 states are the same, then it actually will have value. You have to describe this quantified value proposition in only 1 sentence. You want to create a supporting diagram showing the as-is state compared to the possible state that your value map provides. And make sure you use the words of the customer in your diagram so they can understand that it's customized to them, or at least to the industry. And make sure you make the numbers in the possible states one that you're highly confident your product can attain. If it is a trading application for AI, you have an as-is state of the rate of return that the investment bank or bank itself makes in this right now. Your quantified value proposition in this example would have a different state or a possible state that has a higher ROI. The difference in between those is a quantified value you will bring. For example, I've put together a value proposition for Tesla. So you can understand from the exact customers, they have different gains, pains, and jobs to be done. For the jobs to be done, they have to use their cars to commute to work, an occasional long distance trip with families, and you want something that conveys an image of success and wealth in a very highly functional package. For their gains, they're looking for brand recognition. They want a sports car, they want safety ratings, they want seating, and they want some battery technology that's actually going to take them far. Pains, price, lack of charging stations, a fear of dead battery, and frequent charging. These are the pains in this sense in the electrical vehicle market. Now, Tesla combines it on the left side with their value map and tackles each of these 3 segments perfectly. In terms of products and services, they have the Model S, the Model X, and the Model 3. They each have their own applications, and they each target a specific segment of the customers. They have customer 8-year battery warranty and few options to avoid choice paralysis. They have incredible gain creators. They have sports car performance and a beautiful design, an autonomous car that can drive itself, and a high-tech feel with their 17-inch touchscreen. And it tackles exactly what they want to see in terms of gains. And pain relievers. Lots of electrical vehicles don't have enough seats and don't have enough ability to carry a full family. Tesla tackles this by having 5+2 seats, a full entire charging network, and a charging from 45 to 90 kilometers per hour, much higher than industry standard. Now that you've got an understanding of the value proposition canvas, it's important to design a business model around it. What is a business model, you say? A business model is the method to extract value for your company. It's the framework where you get some of the value generated for your customer paid back into your venture or paid back into your service. An important distinction to make is a business model does not equal pricing. Business model is the exact framework for understanding when you will get paid, the way you will get paid, and from whom you will get paid. I've identified some existing examples of business models in the tech sense that you guys can go over and use to build out your canvas. This can be a subscription. This can be an advertising based. This can be transaction fee based, or it could be something more niche, a usage pay. Only pay when and how much you use it, or microtransaction business, where you have very small transactions for digital goods, such as an app store or a video gaming service. Business model design focuses on 4 major areas of consideration. 1, value creation. What value your product provides the customer and when, as you've identified in your value proposition canvas. 2nd, customer. Understand what the customer will be willing to do. And 3rd, competition. What are their business models and what are your competitive position against them? And 4th, as we will get into as we go through this curriculum, this is more more minutia, but the internal sales, profitability, operations. How does it influence on your lifetime value of your customer and your cost of customer acquisition, and even your distribution? Don't worry about understanding this fourth layer of business model design, as we will be building it out through this whole educate sessions. Now you have an understanding of the business model, what it looks like in terms of design, and your value propositions that you have. Now with your understanding that you learned before, and on an ongoing basis, you can fill out the strategizer business model canvas. The business model canvas is a 1-page thing to identify where you're going, who you're selling to, and what value you're actually claiming. You can read into it. I've provided the exact canvas, and I know some of you have started this with your team dev coordinators. Finally, I've created a business model example for an AI project. So an AI project is broken down into a couple things. So this is a business that takes pictures and understands through face detection and AI to create data services and where you can actually build value for a business. So what data do they need? What partners do they need? They need 10,000 images from a car perspective. They need a data set. They need to understand how their data comes in. So skills, what skills do you need for development? They need computer vision and they need data engineering. What output? Which key metric are you optimizing for? They want a 95% face detection accuracy to understand consumers and then sell to a business for them to understand it better. So what is value propositions? You want to protect the privacy and enable data collection for function development. You can go through this exact business model example as it is different from this business model canvas. This is more applied in the sense of an AI project, but continuing and using this example will be very important. Now, I think that is it for all I have today. I'm looking forward to next week. Again, if you have any questions for me or questions for the entire team, please feel free to reach out. I'm looking forward to teaching you guys blitzscaling, one of my favorite concepts from business and technology, and looking forward to continuing these lessons too. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.